Snorlax is the Research Breakthrough Award in the month of July for Pokemon Go. If you don't know what a Research Breakthrough Award is, it's when you collect the 7 Dragon Balls here and summon Shenron to give you a rare legendary Pokemon. At least that's how it has been up until this point. Now it's Snorlax inside the box. Now, this is kinda lame because many players, myself included, were hoping for the legendary beasts to be up next. One major reason being is because Raikou is one of the most powerful raid attackers in the game. Tops the charts in many battles, and was only available for a short period of time, like a billion years ago. So far, Niantic's been doing a lot of legendary bird re-releases, and they've also been doing re-releases on the Gen 3 legendary Pokemon, so a lot of people are wondering, when are these 3 coming back? So hopefully we get them soon. Snorlax is kind of putting them off, which is kind of putting a lot of players off. But there is something special you should know about this Snorlax. This particular Snorlax comes with the Legacy Charge move, Body Slam. Now, if you don't know what a Legacy move is, it's a move that a Pokemon once knew in the game and no longer knows it. I have an article on Legacy moves, and I plan on doing a video on it soon, but link in the description to the article if you want some more details on Legacy moves. Now, with Snorlax, this Legacy move is kinda extra special because Body Slam is Snorlax's most powerful charge move for gym defense. I know the gym defense meta doesn't really matter that much anymore, but for what it's worth, Snorlax is one of the most terrifying defenders just after Blissey. Together, Blissey and Snorlax form this defensive core called the Blisslax combo, and the purpose of this core is to dissuade people from attacking a gym in the first place. You click on a gym, you see Blissey's in there, you see Snorlax's in there, they're both like medium or higher motivated, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go fight the gym down the street. Now, I know, I'm waiting for the anecdotes in the description. I fight gyms like this all the time. I'm talking about, like, the general population. Most people see Blissey and Snorlax, and they're taking a pass. And in Pokemon Go, the ultimate gym defense is people not attacking you in the first place. And if somebody is foolhardy, brave enough to fight a Body Slam Snorlax, they're likely going to take a lot of damage. Its ability to just launch Body Slam so many times in rapid succession has given it the nickname Body Spam by many Pokemon Go players. I was kind of curious what this body spammage actually looked like on paper, so I dove into the details on it. And what I found was actually really interesting, at least to me. So this is from my Game Press article, Snorlax Back, Body Slam in Action. Link in the description if you want some further reading. And yeah, so Body Slam has 50 damage, a 33 energy cost, a move cooldown of 1.9 seconds, which is really fast, but what's even faster is the damage window of 1.2 seconds. You may have had the experience when fighting Blissey with a Dragonite, for instance, where you hit Outrage, and in the middle of your Outrage, Blissey uses that Dazzling Gleam and you get caught up in it. Well, Dazzling Gleam's damage window is nearly double this at 2.1 seconds. So the amount of charge moves that you could be locked into and then just get forced to get hit by an undodged Body Slam is much higher. To give this some substance here, we got the list of all the charge moves in the game, also from Game Press here. And yeah, if you sort it by the animation time, you'll see that the fastest charge move in the game is Cross Chop at 1.5 seconds. Body Slam's active damage time is at 1.2 seconds, which means even with the fastest charge move in the game, you do have the potential to get animation locked in it. Now, there is a defender delay to defending Pokemon of 1.5 to 2.5 seconds, so it's pretty unlikely to get animation locked if you're using Cross Chop. But if you're using Dynamic Punch, for example, well, that has an animation time of 2.7 seconds. 1.5, the earliest defender delay, plus 1.2, the damage window for Body Slam, just so happens to be 2.7 seconds. This suggests that it is likely that if you're using a Dynamic Punch Pokemon, they could get animation locked into Body Slam. So that is something to be mindful of when it comes to Snorlax, and very likely the reason why Body Spam Snorlax has the legacy it does. Another quality to Body Slam that gives it its spamminess is that it has a 33 energy cost. For example, Dazzling Gleam has a 50 energy cost. If you're fighting Blissey with a Machamp, it is very unlikely to see a Dazzling Gleam until you're already using your dynamic punches. Snorlax, with its 33 energy cost on Body Slam, has the potential to launch it before you launch a dynamic punch. Since Dazzling Gleam has a 50 energy cost, it's relatively unlikely to see Dazzling Gleams back to back. Occasionally it does happen, but not that often. When it comes to Body Slam, since it has a 33 energy cost, the moment you whip out a charge move on that Snorlax, it can whip out several Body Slams at any given period of time. Depending on the circumstances, it could potentially trigger an infinite loop of just body slamming you until it dies, which adds to the terror of Snorlax with Body Slam. Now you might be wondering, what other Pokemon have this awesome powerful charge move, Body Slam? Not any good ones. If you check Body Slam's page specifically, it also lists the Pokemon that have the charge move. As you can tell, only Miltank is a fully evolved Pokemon with Body Slam. And Miltank, while a very okay defender, isn't a great defender. Yeah, by any stretch. The only Pokemon that has Body Slam and can really make devastating use of it is Snorlax. So it's like a move made for Snorlax. Now, if you want some further details on the ridiculousness of Body Slam, you can check out its damage per energy per second. You might be familiar with damage per second times damage per energy. It's an experimental metric that GamePress is using to rank charge moves. Well, damage per second times damage per energy is really good for assessing offensive charge moves. If you're looking for a quality move for defense, you're going to want to use a move that has good DPE, but also has a low energy cost and also comes in rapid succession, which is what damage per energy per second gives you. Sorting by damage per energy per second on this spreadsheet here, you can see that Body Slam is one of the best at 0.797. There's a whole bunch that are at 0.797 if you're curious, and to be quite honest, starting at Cross Poison, they're all about the same. So yeah, Cross Poison, Sky Attack, Aqua Tail, Body Slam, Ice Punch, and Rest, which is in the Game Master but nobody has it, are all theoretically really good charge moves for defense. You also have Doom Desire, not released, Dragon Claw, Leaf Blade, and X Scissor. Dragon Claw is actually one of the better moves for defense and comes almost exclusively on Dragonite. Not a lot of people believe me that Dragonite's a good defender. I feel it is. With Dragon Claw, it's that much more devastating on defense. When it comes to Leaf Blade, X Scissor, Cross Poison, Sky Attack, and Aqua Tail and Ice Punch, you don't really hear people talk about those moves too much because not a lot of good Pokemon have them. Aqua Tail, for instance, and this is very interesting, is a complete clone of Body Slam in every single way, but the only fully evolved Pokemon that can learn Aqua Tail is Vaporeon. Because Vaporeon is countered so easily by Grass-type Pokemon and Dragon-type Pokemon that resist its Water-type attacks, it doesn't nearly have the legacy of Body Slam Snorlax. This isn't to say that Vaporeon isn't a good defender, it just is not at the level of Snorlax, especially with Body Slam. Another cool, kind of interesting thing about Snorlax in general is the CP that it hits at the research breakthrough and at the egg hatch raid catch level. This is part of my meta-analysis on gym defense article on GamePress. Link to the video on that and the article itself in the description if you want some further reading. Also very interesting if you want to know some kind of hidden details of gym defense. Might help you defend gyms better or might help you fit your strategy a bit better for gym defense. But yeah, if you're looking for an after 8 hours type of gym defense, like you still have that high motivation so it's hard for them to knock it out of the gym, 1500 is kind of the cutoff on that. A level 15 Snorlax has a maximum CP of 1438, which is a couple power-ups away from that maximum of 1500. So if you're looking for a minimum investment on your Snorlax for gym defense, then that'd be a good cutoff point. Another interesting aspect of gym defense is that there's this gym height strategy, and that there are different CP ranges that sort of maximize your amount of time to maintain maximum gym height. kind of a convoluted strategy and its benefits are kind of nebulous, but the working idea is if somebody sees a really tall gym, they're not going to want to fight it because it infers that the Pokemon inside have a lot of motivation and have high CP and are strong. Well, in order to kind of maximize this on a budget, 1952 is the cutoff range for that CP. Scrolling back up here for motivation lost over time, 2100 is actually a really good range for having motivation maintained after 4 hours. So it kind of synergizes the strategy there. Snorlax has a max CP of 1917 at level 20, which is the raid catch egg hatch level. That doesn't help you with the body slam Snorlaxes because you can only get it from the research breakthrough reward, but just kind of like another interesting detail about Snorlax that I felt that I should point out here. Now, all of these shenanigans aside, I definitely recommend maxing out at least one body slam Snorlax. Snorlax is the kind of Pokemon that gets its maximum amount of value based on how much damage it's dealing to your opponent. So pumping up those numbers is kind of important for Snorlax. However, if you don't want to invest too much Stardust on a gym defender, those CP ranges can help you out. I know gym defense is pretty dead these days, but for what it's worth, Snorlax is one of the few Pokemon that actually make a difference in people's gameplay behaviors. So if there is a Pokemon to power up, it's going to be this guy. And it's got the best move now from the Research Breakthrough Awards. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to be a little bit more attentive on getting my Dragon Balls so I can get that Research Breakthrough than I had been in the past. Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos are legendary Pokemon, but they're not all that meta relevant, right? Snorlax, though, kind of a big deal, especially since it has its legacy move. So yeah, that's all the stats I have on Snorlax for you tonight. If you like this information, you want to see more like it, well then make sure to subscribe to SwagTips. If you have any questions regarding Body Slam Snorlax or gym defense in general, then comment below, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer. Yeah, and for my regular viewers, yeah, I got a green screen now. So, I don't know, man. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. I think it's kind of goofy. Some Pokemon Go YouTubers, they travel the world and take you to places you've never seen before. Well, I can do that from my couch and my green screen, right? Yeah, so, I don't know. I just thought it was goofy. And it's actually a lot easier than I thought it would be to set up a green screen. So, yeah, it's going to be a blast, guys. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye. SwagTips. Well, hey there, friends.